Modern hammer is built to last. It maintains its structural integrity despite repeated pounding and pulling. It starts with a thick steel bar. An automated system loads it into an induction furnace set at over 1,000 degrees Celsius. The fierce heat makes the steel malleable. This forge hammer pounds the hot steel into a series of hammer-shaped impressions. Then it's into a punch cutter, which trims the ragged edges of the forged steel. The cut-offs go into a bin for recycling. A worker sandwiches the newly trimmed pattern in a press that fine-tunes the shape. The hammers cool down on this revolving rack. They're loaded into a tumbler along with tiny bits of steel, so small they're hard to see. But their impact will be very noticeable. As they toss about, the bits rub off scale and debris on the hammers for an impressive cleanup. They then clamp the hammer in a device that spins it against abrasive belts to shape the striking head. These belts also bevel the head. It's a safety feature. The sloped edge is less likely to chip nails on impact. Now, this jagged cutting wheel carves ridges into the hammer's head. The device then repositions the hammer so the wheel can cut it in a different direction to create a grid. This surface is less likely to slip off nails on impact. The next stage is the tempering process. The hammers plunge into a very hot bath. Then into quenching oil, which cools the metal so quickly it hardens. Now it's time for another polish. This one makes the steel gleam. It's the finishing touch. Next, they assemble leather rings in a tray, 25 to each. They place plastic rings at each end to break up the look and buttress it with a prolonged metal disc. They slide the tray into a compartment and insert the end of the hammer into the rings. A hydraulic tool rams it through them, covering the handle in a neat wrap that's comfortable to grasp. They secure the end of the hammer in a clamp, and then a spinning tool flattens the prongs that protrude from the metal plate, riveting it to the leather wrap. Then, using a series of sanding belts, they smooth the rough leather. The hammers are repeatedly immersed in a tank of heavy lacquer. When it dries, the lacquer will give the leather wrap a tough, sleek finish. And the handle will look like one textured piece instead of many. For a different kind of handle, they pour liquid vinyl around the hammer shaft that's encased in a mold. The vinyl sticks to the hammer as it hardens. The mold leaves a dimpled impression that will make it easier to grip. They grind off the hardened vinyl overspill and contour the handle. These handles are preferred by some people because the vinyl is an anti-shock material. The model number is then stamped onto it. Paint guns mist the steel with lacquer for rust proofing. The hammers then travel through an oven, which cures the lacquer. After the company logo is stamped onto the vinyl, each hammer is inspected. Only then does it get its seal of approval. It takes about a day to make a hammer. And with the different handle wraps and sizes, they really nailed it.